Hey, it's summertime, and I'm Shamma, and he's Shag Dog, and we are the Spitters Law Beer Review with our Summer Fiasco of Beers.
That's right, Jay. We're doing the Reissdorf Kolsch, which is by Brewery Heinrich Reissdorf out of somewhere long away in Germany.
Don't let all that excitement and enthusiasm flow out of you. Hold some of it back, Shag Dog.
Cologne, Germany. 87 by Beer Advocate. It's 4.8% ABV, and there's no notes on Beer Advocate.
It says this classic Kolsch brewed and bottled by private brewery or whatever, Heinrich Reissdorf, imported by International whatever of Oxford, Connecticut. Mine got really nice and chilled, man.
And mine says on the can, ingredients, water, barley, malt, hops. Keep well refrigerated and store in clean, food-safe conditions. Product of Germany.
I can't get it to focus in. Anyway, that's the cap for all you cap pervs out there. Hope you enjoy. All right.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I might have to check on that beer because mine started to get a little slushy, it looks like.
Yeah, that's not good.
Woo. Looking good, but now it's leaking over the damn thing. What a summer fiasco!
Summer Fiasco.
It just keeps growing, Shag Dog.
It's like the beer blob. So it's kind of slushy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably being a low ABV there probably didn't help you.
Well, I didn't think it was in there that long because I just got the damn beer.
Yeah, it's 4.8%. That's not like it's a light beer.
That's amazing. My freezer really works. Anyway, unfortunately, mine has a little slush, but hey, that's all right. We'll still taste it, smell it.
Yeah.
Again, this style beer, this one smells very crisp, viney, grassy, biscuity type notes.
Yeah, get the same.
One of my favorite Kolsch beers is this Reissdorf.
Yeah, I mean, about the 3 or 4 times we reviewed it, I think I had one that didn't go good. It must have been older or something, but the rest of them were pretty good.
Yeah, as far as the color goes, it's a nice, clear, golden yellow there.
Yeah.
Of course, mine's a little frothy, so I'll let Shag Dog tell you about the head. Of course, mine,
I'm down to less than a pinky, but it's retaining well, I guess. And, yeah, a little lacing. Looks good.
Yeah. Oh, let's go ahead and give it a couple of sips there, Shag Dog.
Let's
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love that. Nice, grassy, kind of grapey, viney, very crisp, clean, very flavorful, just a slight bitterness. It's not the hoppy bitterness. That's the funny part. With the American versions, you get a hoppy bitterness. This is more of a natural bitterness of the ingredients that they use. So is the others, natural bitterness of the others, but you know what I'm saying? It's like they focus on adding that bitter,
Right,
when they're trying to hop it up. This is like, oh, this is what it is. We brew it, and this is how it turns out. We don't add any more or any less to make it any more bitter. You know what I mean? Or any less bitter.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's how I kind of feel that this one is.
I like to try this one on tap. I've had it out of the can, bottle, tap's the next thing someday. Be nice to find a mini keg of this or something.
Why don't you just go buy you a refrigerator,
Yeah.
a mini fridge or a mini freezer. Get you a quarter keg or half keg. Order it, have it shipped to you. Keep it in there and have it on tap yourself. Get your own tap and do it.
Yeah. They say it's not good getting your own keg thing because they
Because
say
you
most
drink too much.
people say that they end up drinking
Well,
every
I
day.
looked at it and I think it's a half a keg. I think it's a half keg I forget how many ounces it is. But if I figured it out right, it was like a beer or two beers every day,
Yeah.
and that's not bad.
No, but I don't drink every day. I drink when I do beer
Yes, but
reviews
if you
once a
had a
week.
keg, you could.
But I don't want to.
What do you mean you don't want to?
Too old to be drinking every day.
I don't know. They tell you to have a glass of wine every day.
Yeah. I guess one or two beers wouldn't hurt too bad, but I don't know. Usually one or two leaves the more for me.
Well, if you do beer reviews and you do 5 beers, and then you do another set of beer reviews and do another 5, all within the same week, then you've done 10. That's almost 2 beers every day.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty good. I always like their label, their can. Looks pretty cool. From the
Yes,
back.
I like that classic label. It shows refinement and class.
I do think they should line the hole up, on the can
Mhm.
in between the labels. So I think the label should be there, and that should be over here, but it's over here.
They can't do that.
Look, oh, it's almost even with that side, but a little bit off.
My
That'd be-
question is, why is the label have that little
Oh,
dimple
that's
in
on
it?
yours. Yeah, let's see if it's on mine.
See
Nope,
right
not
here?
on mine.
Yeah.
I don't have that list.
But on the paper label, it's cut that way.
Huh? Weird. Weird and wild stuff. Yeah, I'd give it. What are you gonna give it, Jammer?
I'm going to give it a straight up A and a Swarter.
Yeah, for what it is and the style, I'd give it an A and a Schwarter. Almost a Schwaff,
Yeah.
but I'll give it a Schwarter.
And the thing about this is this when I think of this style beer, this is the one I think of.
Yeah.
When
I
they
think
say Kolsch, I go, oh yeah, you got to try that Reissdorf.
I think the Reissdorf was the first Kolsch I've had, I believe so.
But I mean, to me, you talk about that style of beer, then you're talking about
Yeah.
Reissdorf.
Now the other one was a Gaffle or something like that. I think we just had a bad one that was skunky and
Yeah, Gaffel is a good beer,
yeah. I think
and
we
we've
had it
had good
twice. The one
ones.
time it was all right. The other time we had it was really skunky. So I think it was out, old or out in the warm weather.
And that's an issue there too, even with the craft beer today, because I was in the store, right, and what was crazy is that they still had Christmas beers from last year
Yeah.
and pumpkin beers from last
Yeah.
year.
That same was the one I went to.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm steering clear of those, even though they look interesting,
Yeah.
because I looked at the bottom of the can and they had a code on there that you couldn't decipher. And I'm like, I'm not taking any risk on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know that it's not going to be as good.
I was a little disappointed because when I went there, yeah, they had a lot of Christmas ones that they didn't have when I went there. And I went there like the end of November, winter and Christmas ones. So now I went there to buy these summer beers, and they had a bunch of winter ones that they didn't have when I went there before. So they must have came in December, January.
Almost after December, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they came in on a
See,
ship plate.
what what gets me about it is that if I had the beer and it lasted, say I had Christmas beer from last year, or an Oktoberfest, or a pumpkin from last year, and I had it and I bought it back then, I'm okay. I'll drink it, no biggie, right?
Right.
But I'm not paying for it. I'm
Right.
going to go out there and I'm going to pay for something, and then
Yeah.
it's
It'd have to
already
be a
a
really big
can.
discount big time. I mean, I'm not paying $4 for a beer that's been out since like October or whatever, September.
And that's the thing. There was just one beer that was supposed to be a Oktoberfest type beer, not Oktoberfest, Christmas beer, and it was $8. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and it doesn't even show that it's been barked down.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
they're still trying to get the $8 from it.
Right.
And I don't think they'll get the $8 from it until Christmas comes around again, and somebody, oh, look at this! This is a Christmas beer,
Yeah.
and they spend $8 on that beer, and then they get it, and they're going to say, "Oh, this is horrible."
Yeah.
Or what's these floaties here? Is this supposed to be like this?
Mm-hmm. That's what I had last week. I had one with floaties in it.
Now, this kind of smells like it's gone bad, but it's a Christmas beer, and it's Christmas time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch. I was shocked.
Yeah, this to me is this just when you, I mean, it just synonymous with Kolsch beer. This is Reissdorf.
Yeah.
You know, when I think of Reissdorf, I think Kolsch. Kolsch
Right.
beer.
Yeah, the Beer Advocate at 87. I'd probably go a little higher, but some hopheads probably give it a little score.
Head for the Dorfreis of beers, Reissdorf Kolsch. And that's the thing about it. When you look at these classic breweries that have been around for hundreds of years, and I'm not saying just 100 years, I'm talking about hundreds of years.
Right.
And I don't know how old Heinrich Reissdorf Breweries is or whatever, Heinrich.
Right.
But what I'm getting at is when they've been around for 100 plus years, and that is the style that they brew, and they brewed that style all this time, then you have to think, all right, so what is the style supposed to be? And then you taste it, and it tastes just like what the style says it's supposed to be. I'm rambling on here. Shagdog, This is what I really am trying to say. Brewery's been around 100 plus years. They do this style. They knew what the style was supposed to be way back when, and they became a symbol of that style.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the closest you'll come to these beers that are made by these old breweries. It's probably the closest you come to that actual style when it first came out.
Yeah, and these guys aren't real old. According to Wikipedia, they came out 18. Heinrich Reissdorf was founded in 1894 by Heinrich Reissdorf in Cologne. Produced the top fermented beer called Reissdorf Kolsch.
So they're not that old, or
yeah, 100 and what?
No, they're not even 100.
Oh, 1894. Yeah.
They're 130, 120 something.
Yeah, something like that. I can't add.
But what I'm really, you look at the German breweries. They've been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
You look at some of the French breweries. You look at some of the English breweries. They've been around for 100 plus years. And that's the closest you're going to come to the authentic style of beer.
Mm-hmm.
And
even some of the American beers have been around, although they've changed it, whatever, since then. But since the 1890s, 1880s, whatever.
There's always going to be a few changes. And granted, we've talked about this before. Whatever barley they made or the hops they got that year, whether it was very pungent with odors and flavors, or whether it was light, the crop for some reason was very light, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're going to have little fluctuations throughout the years.
Right.
It's just going to go up and down. Or here's the flavor that you're shooting for, and you're going up and down, and you might hit it and hit, miss, hit, miss, hit, miss, you know.
Yeah.
But America of all breweries have been known to go the cheap route. Let's cheapen it down. Let's get that profit. Let's
Mass
get some
produced.
adjuncts and add rice and corn, and hey, let's do some artificial flavoring. Since we
Right.
don't have to mention it on the label, let's do all this stuff because you know what? They'll never know, and if it tastes good, they'll drink it and buy it.
Yeah. Get them drunk. Good. Even better. Yeah. If it gets them drunk and they go out and buy more that night because they're drunk as hell, they want more.
Yeah, I have no clue. You know, when you get right down to it, you know, how some of these breweries think. I mean, if you are an avid drinker of one particular brand, and that brand changes its formula just by a little bit, that avid drinker usually will pick up on it.
Right.
Hey, this don't taste quite right. Yeah, and some of these people who
Yeah.
drink it and were avid beer drinkers and then they don't drink for a little while and they come back to it, they say the same thing too. This
Yeah.
tastes different.
Now it could all be your
Yeah,
palate also growing and like, yeah, that tastes
growing
good,
and
but it might
changing.
taste the same. Yeah. But
There, you know,
you,
that's we've talked about it before, Shag Dog, and I still say the same thing. Flavor is very subjective. A lot of factors play a role in it.
yeah.
How you feel, what, like I said, what was the crops like? Were they full of flavors and oil, the natural esters and oils, all these different things that go to making that beer, that flavor and smell and everything? How you were feeling, who you were drinking with, where you were drinking it.
Who you're drinking with?
Yeah, all these different things play a factor in it. What was your predominant feeling for that day when you had that
Right.
beer?
That's true. I mean, did you just wake up
Yeah,
and sore? You know, it actually helps sometimes. Beer. Well, I'm a
because
little
if you've
tired.
been outside cutting the grass on a hot summer day, and you come in and you have a Kolsch like this is going to feel really refreshing and
Right.
very light and crisp.
Or a hard night at work, hard day at work. You get home,
Yeah,
hot one of these open. Yeah, this is almost as good as, well, better than an American beer.
yeah.
Say like, it's a good summer beer or
See,
lawnmower beer.
light beer was created. One, it was a marketing gimmick. You know, create a light beer with less calories,
Calories. Yeah,
less carbs, whatever it is,
make you feel a
less
little healthier.
alcohol. You
Yeah.
know, so that you can drink all night and everything.
Right.
But
You
the
can have
thing
10 of them.
about it is, when you go out and you drink all night, you keep drinking and pissing and drinking and pissing, and you're never really holding that buzz. You know what I mean?
Right.
That people usually shoot for when they go out drinking all night. Well, I can tell you this much: I went out to eat, and we had a couple of mixed drinks, and the drinks themselves were $15 a piece.
Wow. You
Fifteen
could just
dollars.
ask for some
If
type
I
of,
knew it was $15 a piece when I first bought them, you know, when I
yeah.
ordered them, I wouldn't have ordered them.
What you should do next time is look at their menu, look at their non-alcoholic drinks, check the price, and then bring your own little alcohol in.
But what I was getting at is, you get a couple of shots, you turn around and you drink a regular beer the rest of the night, or alternate with water and everything.
Yeah.
And I bet you'll be better off, cheaper, and you'll obtain that buzz, and you'll be able to drink all night long. Yeah, but what I was getting at, you do all that stuff, and
I'm white.
you could come out cheaper. But this beer right here, the flavors are very subjective. So you can end up having one that's really good to you, you think is really good, and one day, and then the next day you might not think it's that great. And that
Yeah.
goes for any beer or any kind of food or any kind. Well, I take that back. Food, it's good or bad. If it's
Right.
bad food, it's bad food. Yeah,
Why do
I
you
went
think?
to a place called what was that stupid place called? I tell you what, that place was. What was the name of that freaking place? What was that restaurant? Anyway, I went to this restaurant. It really sucked, you know,
Yeah.
and it was overpriced and everything and all that stuff. So I've gotten to the point where I start writing reviews. So I get on Google and I turn around and I write a review and I put on there as I sit here on the toilet, you know,
Yeah.
heed my warning or this will be you, you know,
Oh, really? Well,
avoid this restaurant, you know,
oh, good thing you
or you'll
phone.
suffer the consequences. That's what I said. Yeah.
See, I gave a couple bad reviews out with my Google account on my phone because when I got my phone a couple years back, they're like, "What's your Google account?" And I had my original one, which isn't Google; it's a sign in with a different email. Now they make you make a Google email to whatever if you make a YouTube account or a Google account or whatever. So I was like, "Well, fuck!" I made a new one, and my name's on there. So when I reviewed a couple places, my name's showing up. I was like, "I don't want my name on there," and you can go in there and change your name.
Yeah.
So I changed my name. I was like, I don't want my fucking name out there. So I gave some bad reviews with my fake name and a couple
Nothing
bars,
wrong with that.
couple bars in the town I lived there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You get bad service, and then on top of that, the food is overpriced and not very good. I'm tired of it.
Mm.
I'm tired of having to deal with that crap.
What do you
And
think's worse?
here's my answer to it. I don't complain. And if I do complain, it's because I'm really kind of pissed. It's just struck me the wrong way, and I'm really pissed, and I just go ahead and complain to see if I can get the bill wiped out.
Right.
But you know what? I won't complain, but I'll make sure I'll put a review and I'll make sure that I tell everybody I know never to go to that restaurant.
Yeah.
People I don't know, if they're looking for a restaurant, I'll say you need to avoid it. And I'll make them pay by losing customers.
Mm. Yeah, because I see a lot when you got like a high grades on something, but then you see the few that are low, and then you read them, and you're like, well, I don't know about this place, you know.
And
Then you're thinking,
nobody's going to
well,
give it I don't care who you are, 5 stars, 5 star. You're going to give this crappy place 5 stars?
yeah.
Yeah, a year ago, 5 stars. The location was exceptional. Well, okay, wonderful. Beach access and the chairs with drink and food service right to your chairs was amazing. Had
Hey,
several frozen adult beverages, and they were great.
should we hold off
Crab
on the
cake
next one?
The crab cake BLT was delicious. The view of the sunset was also unbeatable. Saw that there were beach games like cornhole and beach trash can pong set up, which is great for more fun. My new favorite location in this area. I'm sorry. You're a little over the top.
Yeah.
I get it. Those beach endorphins was really flowing for you. But I'm looking at the food right there, and the food looks like crap compared to what I've seen at other places. Yeah. So that's a review within a review on the Spitter Swallow beer review.
Yeah.
Summer Fiasco of Beers.
Place
Make sure you
caddies.
don't have a summer fiasco by avoiding caddies on the beach in Clearwater, Treasure Island.
That's funny. So you think we should hold off on the next one to your next
Nah,
one?
we keep going. We can't wait and live on possibilities.
Yeah. You
Am I right?
should message them and say, hey, where the hell are you? I went to Caddy's earlier. I got to get on the toilet.
Yeah, that's what we should do. Keep going.
All right. So we're going to, I don't think we
Man,
have.
I know you're going to edit all that out. I know.
I'm going to keep it in there. All right. Let's go ahead and end this one and we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Yes.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry we went off on tangents about different stuff there, but hey, that is a summer fiasco.
Yeah, fuck Caddy, Joe. All right, we'll see you on the next one. The Spit or Swallow Beer Review. I'm Shag Dog.
Jammer.